there something that comes on the top of your head that just stands out, that okay, there was this day, Wednesday morning, I just had my coffee and I just saw this? So I would like to know if there was something like that that stands there.
Obviously the Smolensk crash in 2010. Our president and other 95 statesmen died in a plane crash. It's 20.
The day of the crash is seared in Polish history. One of those occasions when every Pole remembers where they were.
I was off duty when it happened, and I was one of the first people in my company who got called in as an extra just to, help with whatever I can, basically. You would never have a checklist for 96 people from the top of the top newspaper names dying at the same time.
Right.
It was just a spark.
It was a trigger to something.
It was a trigger that led to a huge amount of consequent media events. But for us, it was on the same level as
9/11.
As 9/11, exactly.
Is there something that comes on the top of your head that just stands out, that okay, there was this day, Wednesday morning, I just had my coffee and I just saw this? So I would like to know if there was something like that that stands there.
Obviously the Smolensk crash in 2010.
Sorry, one more time, which crash?
Smolensk, the one
crash.
when our president and other 95 statesmen died in a plane crash.
It's
2010. It was a delegation to Russia, and the plane crashed on its approach to the landing at the final destination. And as I said, it was a major event that because, well, obviously the president and 95 statesmen died in that crash, and it had broad repercussions on our political sphere, and it has up to this moment, and it was 2010 back then, and it was such an enormous news event. And actually, I was off duty when it happened, and I was one of the first people in my company who got called in as an extra just to, help with whatever I can, basically, because
a massive workload.
Yeah, it was a massive workload, and every such event has its own, set of rules. You don't have a checklist to approach different events. You approach everything as it is, just like a fresh start for everything, right? But even if there were a checklist, you would never have a checklist for 96 people from the top of the top newspaper names dying at the same time.
Right. So there's although there's rules to it, but there is no exact protocol about what to follow about
rules,
things.
I won't say. Well, we do everything on our best judgment, basically. That's how you go about it. You have your best judgment. You have your ethics, and you have your sense of what's newsworthy and what's not. And basically it boils down to getting it fair and accurate. That's the hardest part, actually.
Right.
To keep it all together, just to and in coming back to that particular case, the plane crash. It was an enormous event. It rippled in every facet of our society, and it was news for. It was events related to that singular event, the crash. Other events resonated in the news cycle for the coming years, not even days or months, but years. Yeah.
Can you tell me about some of those ripples? How were they felt? Because I would just like to.
Excuse me.
How were those ripples felt? Like, what was the exact scenario?
Thing is that when the plane crashed, there was. All right. Let me do it another way. Let me approach this another way. I'm partial to the theory that there are basically three types of news events.
Okay.
and they're easily labeled as 3 C's. You get a contest, a conquest, or a coronation.
Right. Okay.
So obviously, a contest is when you have two forces pitted against each other. A contest is a conquest is when one of the forces is overcoming the other one.
Right.
And coronation is like your very final. It can be a coronation literally, or it can be, I don't know, a medal ceremony at a sports event,
Right.
or it can be I know, a funeral if some very important person died. That in that regard, in this trichotomy, that's also a coronation. And the event of the Smolensk crash, that was just a sparking. That was just a spark.
It was a trigger to something.
It was a trigger that led to a huge amount of consequent media events, because the crash happened abroad.
Right.
So all the bodies need to be taken back to
Transferred back,
Poland.
yes.
Yeah, they need to be interred. Yeah, there need to be some sort of state ceremony about
Right,
it.
right.
But then again, at the same time, you have this whole issue of continuity of government, because the president just died. So you have to, the country has to still run itself. So
Right.
you have all those state issues, and that was, for example, a coronation when the marshal of our parliament, because that's the succession line in Poland, that the marshal of the parliament becomes president pro tempore. So there was there's a coronation for you, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Then you had the state funerals of the president and every single other victim of the crash, and that's another coronation in that regard. But then other things started happening. There were contests and conquests, obviously, because well, for example, what led to the crash was widely contested.
Well, was there some sort of conspiracy theories floating around?
Of course, there were.
An
a
event
lot.
like this happens, and then
Yeah.
you're like, people will always raise eyebrows about it because it wasn't that literal.
Yeah.
By the way, where did this plane crash?
In Smolensk, Russia.
Smolensk, Russia.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
a historical site for Poland.
Okay. All right. Please continue.
No, that's probably the thing. That was that was a very pivotal moment for me and for probably everyone who was at that time working in any news outlet here in Poland, because it was one of those events that you are never ready for.
Right.
It was for us. It was on the same level as
9/11
As
in
9/11,
US.
exactly.
Right.
9/11, I had the opportunity to you just watch it as a viewer. I was in my last or second to last high school class, and I was just watching it like a very awesome movie. That's my main recollection from that day. It was you just staring at the TV and you're like, this is not happening. But it's
It
so
was-
incredible. It's so audacious. You wouldn't even think that someone would make this real. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I would get it. It's like
yeah,
unimaginable thing.
Yeah.
Like just a plane just going into a building. It's
exactly.
it just doesn't happen. You know,
Exactly,
we're just not
exactly.
used to
And
things
then
like
it
that.
happens again with the second building.
Right. And again, yeah, we were talking
Yeah,
about
the final
conspiracies,
moment.
and still there are too many conspiracies about 9/11, and we will not get into that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Let's not.
yes,
Let's not.
and so that was the plane crash in 2010. in
Yeah, that's a
Poland, what
pivotal
was-
moment, because then all you think about what I said in the first place, that every day has a potential of being some pivotal moment or groundbreaking or host a groundbreaking event. That was the thing,
I get
and
it.
that was the day that nobody was ever ready for.